Hi everybody, welcome to BBQ Live. I'm Daniel Mosnet with Cowboy Charcoal, and we got another hot one for you today. Today we're cooking a little bit of a rack of lamb. Let me show you how to do that with some grilled artichokes. A little intimidating for some people. We've got a nice little tzatziki sauce that we're going to put with the whole thing. So we're going to wrap all of that up. I've got some of my lamb cooking because that takes about 30 minutes or so to get started. So we've already got that going, but I'm going to show you how we prepped it. So we're going to do a couple of tricks here today with our lamb to make this just taste fantastic. We're cooking it on the pit barrel. I think there's probably nothing better than roasted rack of lamb in the pit barrel cooker. It is absolutely out of this world. So let's take our lamb that we've been cooking. I gotta tell you, it's hot in there. We've been cooking this lamb for about 15 minutes or so, maybe 20. And look at that. Look at that. Looks fantastic. We're going to temp it because we always like to make sure that our temperatures are right on. And that's something that's important. You know, if you've been cooking, barbecuing for a long time, it's okay to kind of wing it here and there, but temperatures are important. People like their food cooked a certain way. We're at 126 degrees. That's almost perfect. Okay? So for about the last 10 degrees, we like it medium here, a little bit medium rare. But for the last 10 degrees or so, we're gonna add a little bit of fig marmalade, okay? A little fig jam, we're gonna just spread that and smear that right on top. And that's gonna caramelize here and glaze through while it's cooking, okay? Just gonna kind of pat that through, pat that around. It's a little bit hot, so it's already starting to melt. We're kind of doing a little bit of a reverse order here today so you can see all the steps that we have going through all the way, and then it all is going to come across perfectly right there in the end. Okay, so step 2 here is we're going to take our rods out in our cooker and we're going to add our grate, and then we're just going to put this right back in here in just a second. Now, step 2 of this recipe is our grilled artichokes, okay? So to get nice grilled artichokes, first thing you're gonna have to do is prepare them and boil them, okay? You're gonna boil them for about 20 minutes. And this is how you prepare them. I like to take a serrated knife. It's a little bit easier. We're just gonna cut about the top ½ inch or so off, okay? You're gonna cut that top ½ inch off just like that. Now, as soon as you start cutting an artichoke, it'll start to oxidize and turn brown right around the outside. So, real simple. Take a lemon, just rub a lemon right around the top, okay? Right around the top. Now, sometimes there's little pokies right there on the end. They'll get you. So you can just take some scissors, kitchen shears, another little knife, and just cut those right off. They don't really bother me too much. They kind of die down a little bit, but right down towards the end you get some stronger pieces. So the next step is you're going to want to cut it right in half. Okay, you're going to take this right in half. Now again, we've got to put a little bit of a lemon wedge on it or else it's going to oxidize. Right? All the places that we cut. Okay, now when you look inside the artichoke here, you're going to see some little choke pieces, right? Almost look like tiny little feathers. You don't want to eat those. So we're going to take those and we're just going to cut those out. Sometimes you can do this after you cook it, although it gets a little bit hot. I find it's a little bit easier to do it. Yeah, Bert does too. I find that it's a little bit easier to do it right before you go in your pot of boiling water. Okay? You're just going to cut those out, and then as you boil, these are all going to come out as well. So we'll take all of these out. Clean all of that out so it's nice and clean. Run it under a little bit of water in your kitchen. Get all those parts out. You end up, right? You end up with a nice clean piece of artichoke. So you're going to want to make sure inside you get your lemon in there so we don't oxidize, right? And then you're going to put it in a pot of boiling water for about 20 minutes and you're going to end up with this. Really simple, right? So you start here, put it in the water for boil, 20 minutes. Now, if you want to get more flavor, you could add garlic, you could add bay leaves, you could add onion to your water, you could add a little bit of lemon to your water, anything you want, okay? So now, clean up our space here a little bit. So now that we have our artichokes all ready to go, we're going to take our basting brush, which, as we all know, I like to use a rosemary brush, right? We're going to take our rosemary, we're going to brush it around the inside, right? We're going to get all of our pieces. Get all of our pieces. My little dog, Lucy, she likes it too. She's going to try and come in here and take a bite. Lucy, go on. Go on. This isn't for you, this is for them. And for me. Alright, so we've got all of our piece of artichoke, right? Right in here. Look at that. Beautiful. That's just going to penetrate flavor. Now we're going to grill these along with the rest of our lamb. Okay? So we're going to put these face down. It's going to take us about 10 minutes. We're going to get some nice char. We've got our rack of lamb with the fig marmalade, right? We've got fig marmalade there. We're going to put this down. Man, that looks fantastic. Try to get it as even as you can. Okay? Put that down. Okay, and then we're just going to close the lid. It's hot in there. It's probably about 300 degrees in our pit barrel. Okay? So that's it, really, for the lamb. I'm going to show you how we got to this point here in a second. We're also going to put together a tzatziki sauce that's going to go right in front so we can dip our artichokes in the tzatziki sauce if we want. Let's make that right now, shall we? So for our tzatziki sauce, we're just going to get some plain Greek yogurt. Okay, plain Greek yogurt. And pick it up in any store. Some people use sour cream. You could use really anything you like. You could use ricotta. Ricotta is a good one. I tend to buy a lot of ricotta, so you can use that. So I have for this our sour cream. We've got some minced cucumber, right? Just mince that cucumber. Nice and simple. We've got a couple tablespoons of lemon juice, right? And some fresh cut and minced garlic. Let me give you a good helping of that in there. Okay, so there's our tzatziki sauce. We're just gonna mix this up. Nice and mixed. It's hot out here today, guys, so my sour cream is going fast. That's it. That's all we've got for the tzatziki sauce. You can top this off with a little salt, fresh pepper if you like. It's up to you. Okay, so now we've got our tzatziki sauce that's ready to go. See how quickly this is all coming together? Now I'm going to show you how we got our lamb in order. Okay, and then I'm going to cook this one later tonight for dinner. Still got a couple more minutes on our first piece of lamb that we have already cooking. So, fresh rack of lamb. Now you can have your butcher French these out for you. You can get these all nice and French. I should have had my gloves on prior. Wash my hands real quick. So you can have your butcher French these out. Get these nice and trimmed. You can buy them in the package. Superior Farms has great lamb in the package. This is a great springtime dish. It's a great summertime dish. Anytime you can find that rack of lamb, go out there and grab it. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take our knife, just going to give us some nice score marks right across. Look at how easy it goes through. Really tends to help your presentation out quite a bit. Okay, now once we're scored, we're going to take that same mixture, right? We're carrying the flavors all the way through. The same mixture that we have on our artichokes inside, we're going to take that mixture and we're going to put it right onto our lamb. And we're going to rub that in. Rub that in all over. Get that coating inside that area that you scored up on the top. Flip it over. Rub that in. Make sure you get plenty on the bottom. Right? Make sure you get plenty of that all over the place. And then to hang, very simple when you're working on a pit barrel. You're just gonna, I like to hang it on both sides so it sits right in the middle of my grill. Just put one end right in the meaty side on the bottom, facing, you see how the hook is facing out, right? And I like to put the other end, the other side, so when we put this in the barrel, it's sitting nice and flush right on top. Probably put that on when I take this other one off, okay? So very simple, that's all we're gonna do. You can hit it with some salt and pepper. Pit barrel's got some really nice game rub. You can sprinkle that right across the top of both sides. Both sides. You're gonna get flavor all over the place. And man, I can smell this here. It smells fantastic. Okay, so that's all we're doing with our lamb. You can cover these up with foil if you find that the tops of the lamb chops are getting a little bit burnt. You just cover them with a little bit of foil. Easy stuff, okay? That's it. That's all the lamb. You hang it on the barrel for about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and you're completely done, okay? Now, let's take a look at what we've got going on in the barrel right now, because we're about ready to plate this dish and cut some of these chops open and see what they look like. Okay. Man, can you see how that fig marmalade is just caramelizing right through? We've got our artichokes that are getting nice grill marks, right? Probably use a couple more grill marks a little bit. We're gonna flip these over. Nah, let's let those go for a little bit longer. A couple more minutes. Nice and caramelized all the way through. Look at that. That lamb looks fantastic. Smells even better, okay? Typically, I'd like to let this rest and let all the juices come back, but I want to show you guys what this looks like. I'm just going to plate this right here on the board. We've got our artichokes, which are grilled. We've got really nice grill marks in there. At this point, you could put some Parmesan cheese if you want, sprinkle a little bit more salt and pepper, right? Look at that. I like to just dip it right into that tzatziki sauce. So we're going to plate these up here just like that. Put our tzatziki up here to the side. Now again, I usually like to let this rest a little bit, but let's give this a chop down and see where we're at. Nice and medium right there. Perfect looking chops. I can't wait to bite into one of these. Look at that. All the way down. So this is a nice dinner for one. That's dinner for me. But usually you can get about a couple of people out of this, maybe 2 people. For this type of a dish. So there you have it, guys. Pit barrel smoked lamb chops with cowboy charcoal, some grilled artichokes, a little bit of tzatziki sauce. Absolutely fantastic. Gonna give it a taste. Oh, that's amazing. Our beef rub comes through, big marmalade there. Boy, this is fantastic. Hey guys, I'm Daniel Mosnet, Cowboy Charcoal. Thanks for sticking around with us. Thanks for coming to BBQ Live. These are fantastic.